welcome to Living the Faith. I have a wonderful guest for us, Deacon Chuck Lanham, who I know quite well. He's a friend of mine, and he's agreed to come and talk with us about what's in your go bag, how to prepare for being in the quarantine, which of course we've all been in for quite a while now. But how to make sure you've got the right materials with you, and also that you're using that time in quarantine wisely. Welcome to the show, Deacon.
I'm glad that you asked me. I've given it a good bit of thought, and I've really come up with two things. One is the to-go bag, and the other one I call the to-keep bag. You could say, okay, I'm going to go and pick up food or whatever, but think of it as, while we're in quarantine, what are the things that we need to get rid of that we'd be better off without? On the other hand, in the to-keep bag, it seems to me like, since we're all at home, this is an opportunity for us to get new faith habits or acquire new faith habits. A number of years ago, I was teaching confirmation class, and I told my students, you should find time to pray every day. And of course, immediately they said, I don't have time. And I said, well, here's the thing. You can pray twice a day, and I can guarantee you that it will take less than 20 seconds. And they said, what? I said, and the first thing in the morning, you get up.
Kind of speed praying. Is that the idea?
The first thing in the morning, 8 words, I give my day to you, O Lord. Everything that you do, you offer up to God. And the last thing you do at night is say, thank you. The point isn't the words. The point is that you are making a direct conversation with God.
Contact
with God. You're thinking of God. And I think that's the most important thing, is spending some time thinking and focusing your mind on God.
So this is something that if we're not doing already, we can start doing, or we should start doing right away. And because that contact with God, that consciousness that we have, that God is conscious of us, and that we have a relationship with God and He with us, that is essential.
Absolutely. And, what can be a better time than to turn our lives over to Him, and to, instead of being on, watching TV and watching the news and all of that, turning, like I spent the last 3 or 4 days out in my yard doing spring work. You can't help, when you look out there and you see that all that God has made, to come closer to Him.
Yeah.
Certainly with us being at home and no public masses, you have all kinds of masses videotaped, live streamed, not only on weekends, but
daily.
Every day, daily.
Yeah.
And how hard is it to, if you're going to watch television, why not watch EWTN or watch Living the Faith?
I like that idea. Yeah, but we don't have masses yet, but who knows? Someday we may. But also another favorite of mine is Shalom World TV. The live streaming from the Vatican are especially beautiful. for obvious reasons, the beauty of the churches that the Pope is broadcasting from.
Yeah. One of the other things that, and this is more personal than anything, but it's something that I happen to enjoy a lot. I'm a reader, and I've always had those, I don't know, 5 or 6 books that I'm in the process of reading. But there's so much, there's a wealth of reading material out there. One of the things that I picked up just this morning, just to read what the readings were, is The Word Among Us. And, it was interesting because today the first reading is kind of personal for me, in that it was the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 7, verses 51 to 8, chapter 8, verse 1, which is the stoning of Stephen, the first deacon.
Not only the first martyr, but the first deacon. Wow.
And, there's the catechism, there's the Bible. One of our priests asked people here a couple of months ago, said, spend 5 to 7 minutes reading the Bible, reading Scripture. With all the time we waste on social media and doing the things that we normally do, it seems to me that 5 to 7 minutes of reading a day in Scripture, or the Catechism, or the Word Among Us, or whatever, would be time well spent.
And it wouldn't hurt that much.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah. So tell us more about this list of suggestions that you have for us on how we can make the most out of the quarantine that we're in. 2
things that you have your to-go bag. Find those things that you can put in there that need to go. And in your to-keep bag, acquire new faith habits. Find 5 to 7 minutes time with God. That's either through watching daily mass, watching Living the Faith website, pray, reading, and reading, the Scripture or whatever. And again, you don't need to sit down and spend your whole day reading or in prayer. That would be good, but find just a small amount of time. I believe that what you will find is that if you do it in small chunks and make it a habit, pretty soon you'll find that it's larger chunks and larger chunks. So, and it will give you hope. The last thought is, I wrote an essay 4 years ago, and I called Unlocking the Chains. And in it, I ended it by saying, we each hold a key to the chains that lock us, that we're hanging separately and by these chains. But the key that we have isn't the key that will unlock our chain. It's the key that will unlock our neighbor's chain. And that only when we unlock our neighbor's chain and our neighbor can unlock ours are we free. And so, even though we're quarantined and we got social distancing and all of that, we can reach out to our neighbors. Let them know that we are all in this together and that we will get through it.